Germany are out of the World Cup, and they will be asking one question again and again. How did that goal not stand? In a knockout match packed with tension, drama, extra-time chaos, and a penalty shootout, Germany thought they had found the moment that could keep their World Cup dream alive. Jonathan Tah rose, headed the ball into the net, and for a few seconds, the four-time world champions believed they were ahead against Paraguay. But then came the pause. The celebrations slowed. The referee was called across. VAR stepped in, and what followed sparked outrage, disbelief, and one brutal verdict from Alan Shearer. Pathetic. By the end of the night, Germany had not only lost the goal, they had lost the match. And for the first time ever, they had lost a World Cup penalty shootout. This is the controversial call, the furious reaction, and the dramatic collapse that sent Germany crashing out. The match between Germany and Paraguay had already reached the first half of extra time when the decisive flashpoint arrived. With the score locked at 1-1, Germany pushed forward looking for the goal that could take them into the next round. Then came the moment. Jonathan Tah headed the ball into the net. Germany celebrated. Their players believed they had finally broken Paraguay's resistance. In a knockout game where every second felt heavy, this looked like the breakthrough. But Paraguay goalkeeper Orlando Gill was furious. Before Tah's header, Waldemar Anton had moved into the goalkeeper's space and made contact with him. Gill went down, then quickly got back to his feet, but by then, he could not react in time to stop the header. The referee, Jalal Jayed, was told to review the incident at the pitch-side monitor, and after watching the replay, he made the call Germany feared. No goal. Foul on the goalkeeper. Germany's celebrations were wiped away. Paraguay had been handed a lifeline, and the debate exploded immediately. Was there contact? Yes. Was it enough to rule out a World Cup knockout goal? That is where the anger began. Alan Shearer did not hold back, calling the decision pathetic, and he was not alone. Peter Schmeichel, one of the greatest goalkeepers of his generation, also felt the contact was not enough to justify a free kick for Paraguay. That made the reaction even stronger, because when even a former goalkeeper says it was too soft, the controversy only grows. Fans quickly flooded social media, slamming the decision and comparing the incident to the kind of set-piece battles often seen in club football. Some joked that Arsenal-style tactics clearly were not allowed at this World Cup. Others called the decision scandalous, saying it was never enough to cancel Germany's goal. One supporter argued that if English referees disallowed goals for that level of contact, some teams would have lost a lot more goals from corners and free kicks. Another fumed that both the referee and VAR officials should be ashamed. And one fan summed up the mood perfectly. It was one of the softest VAR decisions they had ever seen. Germany felt punished by a tiny moment. Paraguay felt protected by the laws of the game, and the match moved on with tension rising by the minute. But there was an ironic twist. Germany themselves had benefited from an even more shocking VAR controversy earlier in the tournament, during their group stage defeat against Ecuador, when an early goal was allowed to stand despite what was described as a blatant kick to the head. This time, though, fortune turned against them. And as the match moved towards penalties, the pressure only got heavier. Then came the shootout. Germany, a nation almost mythical when it comes to penalties, stepped forward with history on their side. But this time, history did not protect them. Paraguay goalkeeper Orlando Gill became the hero of the night, saving 2 spot kicks and dragging his team towards one of the biggest moments of their World Cup campaign. Kai Havertz saw his efforts saved. Nick Woltemade was also denied. Germany fought back, trying to rescue the shootout, but the tension kept building. Then Jonathan Tah stepped up. The same man who thought he had scored the extra-time goal, the same man whose header had been wiped out by VAR, the same man at the center of Germany's heartbreak. This was his chance to shift the story. Instead, it got worse. Tah took the first penalty of his career and blazed it over the bar. A night that had already felt cruel for Germany became brutal. Paraguay now had their chance to end it. Jose Canales stepped forward with the weight of a nation on his shoulders. One kick to send Paraguay through. One kick to dump Germany out. He blasted it in. Paraguay celebrated wildly. Germany stood stunned. The 4-time world champions were out of the World Cup, and the record books changed with them. This was Germany's first ever World Cup shootout defeat. For a country built on penalty composure, knockout survival, and cold-blooded tournament football, it was a historic collapse. But the biggest talking point remained that disallowed goal. Had Jonathan Tah's header stood, Germany might have taken control. They might have avoided the shootout. They might still be alive in the tournament. Instead, one VAR review changed the entire direction of the match. And whether you believe it was a foul or a farcical decision, the outcome cannot be changed. Germany are going home, Paraguay are moving on, and VAR is once again at the center of a World Cup storm. So the final story is this. Germany thought they had scored the goal that could save their World Cup. VAR took it away. Alan Shearer called the decision pathetic. Fans called it soft, scandalous, and incredibly harsh. Then penalties finished the job. Orlando Gill saved 2 spot kicks. Jonathan Tah's nightmare got worse from 12 yards. Jose Canale delivered the winning blow. Paraguay survived. Germany crashed out. And a World Cup giant has fallen in the most dramatic, controversial, and painful way possible. The question now is not just whether Germany deserved to go through. The question is whether that goal should ever have been ruled out. Because in knockout football, one decision can change everything. And for Germany, this one may haunt them for years.